Welcome everyone, my name is Altamar and we are going to be beginning a playthrough of Abiotic Factor. This is a game that's a mixture of Half-Life, some SCP, some Black Mesa, some survival crafting, some Lovecraftian horror, that kind of thing. I have played a good chunk of this game in a multiplayer session, but we are going to do a single-player playthrough, try and get through the facility and everything that entails. We're going to make our own little server and play through it on that. One thing I will note is that this game likes, in these menu modules, to shove the game back onto my secondary monitor, so as we go through the server creation, character creation, that kind of thing, you'll notice that the size of the window will change, and as I move it back to its primary monitor using Windows Shift left. So you may notice that it doesn't happen in the actual game itself, just this menu situation. So let's go enter the facility. We're going to start a new game. Our game's gonna be called EG server, I guess. Difficulty, we'll play on normal, that's perfectly fine. Put it on single player only, that way we don't need any of the things like this. There are sandbox settings we can change, so for example, we can set it on like simple loot respawning, which we're not going to do. This just allows things like duct tape and stuff like that to respawn throughout the world more frequently. In the general world, there are going to be subplanes that things will respawn on a fairly regular basis, and we can get crafting materials from there, but this is just in the main facility area. Power sockets turn off at night. These are all just normal things. We're going to leave everything on default just so we get a baseline of the game. You can play around with this. There's things like you can change it to always be day, or that the power sockets don't turn off at night, but we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to play a base, normal game. And you'll notice that it just switched over, so let's move it back. There are several jobs you can be. Lab assistant, bionomist, bionomicist? There we go. No, that was probably wrong too. Bionomicist, yeah. Anyways, kinematic researcher. Anyways, all of these things, they just give you different skills at the beginning of the game. You can also be a summer intern, which allows you to blank slate and be whatever you want to be. We're going to take that one because I want to pick all my own skills, and we get 12 available points by doing it this way. So the ones I really like to take right off the bat are Lead Belly and Wrinkly Brain Meat. Wrinkly Brain Meat, you have more pliable neurological pathways. You gain 20% more XP than normal, and also Lead Belly lets us drink tainted water without getting sick. Gross. We're also going to take Slow Healer to give us some extra points. Slow Healer is not the worst one, and Dry Skin, being as we can drink anything, getting thirsty faster isn't a big of a deal for us. Slow Healer, our healing interval is 1.5 seconds slower than anyone else, so we just heal more slowly, which does suck, but it'll be fine. We'll be okay. And we're also going to take Self-Defense. We deal +3 damage with all melee weapons. It's not a huge amount, but it is helpful in the beginning of the game when we don't do a whole lot of damage. And that's what we're going to take for our adventure. We will have 1 extra point. There's nothing really else I would want that we can... Asthmatic sucks, narcoleptic sucks, painfully obvious sucks, healthy appetite, or hearty appetite sucks, hemophilia really sucks. Weak bladder's fine, but there's no 2-point ones that I want. Yeah, doesn't really make a difference, so we'll just go with that. Although... No, that's fine. Let's finish. I am ready. We've got our job and traits. So, we are now in the facility. There's a tutorial that happens if the very first time you load up the game, which you walk in and go down into the facility, but obviously I've already done that before, and
I don't think
it doesn't seem to do it again. This is Dr. Thule. Let's talk to him.
Ah, you're stuck here too, eh? I came down from level 8 for a coffee. Now I'm locked in here for God knows how long. It'll be those fools on level 3 overreacting again. Looks like Jaeger's locked out. Typical. See if you can let him in. Maybe he knows what's happened, but take your time. He's insufferable.
Alright, Dr. Thule wants us to open the door for Mr. Jaeger, who's over there. You'll notice that we can't go into there because it's locked. There are ways that we can go and get all that done. We can't disassemble any of these tables yet. We'll get to that soon enough. So let's go in the store. We are going to grab some duct tape, which is important. I'm also going to pause for 1 sec. I feel the volume was a little bit low, so there we go. That should solve our problems. Duct tape, tech scrap in the form of random pieces of capacitors and stuff like that. We can disassemble some of these things for metal scrap, and then you can go exploring, so get more duct tape. Duct tape is very useful for crafting and also for repairing your items in the early stages of the game. When I first started playing, I didn't know that you could use duct tape to repair things, and so we were desperately trying to build a crafting and repair station, which was problematic because you need an anvil, and that's not for a little bit. So yeah, that was a thing. I didn't grab the metal scraps from that, but I will in a minute on the way back. Pretty sure, yeah, this is the fan. We can't go through the fan area. It will likely kill us. Though, to be fair, I've never actually tried to walk through there. It's possible it'll be perfectly fine. We're also going to quickly make our very first item. We're going to get some nets. And the reason we're going to need a net is it's going to be our first line of defense against these things. This is a carbuncle, it's called. And we're going to stomp it to death and loot its carbuncleness, I guess. And then we're going to open the door. We also have a compendium entry, so if we go to entities, carbuncle, we have one of two entries for it. It's also known as IS-0171A. It's to be isolated by a perimeter cordon with a radius of 12 feet or greater at all times. No personnel may approach within 10 feet unless wearing full face and body protective wear, conforming to GISP bioprotective standards at all times. Full decontamination required on all equipment exposed to the creature, carbuncle. Alright, so that's one of the creatures in this place. And we're going to kind of do that. And we're going to stomp this one to death. Grab some bio scrap. Dismantle this for some metal scrap. Metal scrap's important. We're going to need a lot of that in the game. Just looking around to make sure I don't miss anything. It's important to keep an eye open because there's lots of stuff you can miss. We're going to take the screwdriver. Important. No, that's the way we want to go. Let's go back the other way. There's a secondary path here that leads to more duct tape. These rusted grates we can't do anything about, unfortunately. They're not openable, and they're not anything we can do anything with, so just bear that in mind. More duct tape. More rusted things. And we're going to come out to here. More cloth scrap. And then there's metal pipes. We're going to be using some of these. A vacuum and boom bait. We are going to need metal pipes for all sorts of things as well. That's the way we want to go. Let's just finish clearing out this room. We'll just dodge that guy and then stomp him to death. You'll notice there's like a... Actually, it's kind of hard to see on the recording, but maybe it's easier on the actual video. But there's like radiation static on the screen. Because there is radiation, and we can get radiation sickness in this place. So the more of that flickery sort of radiation on film situation you can see, the more radiation we're being exposed to at any given time. Let's go read... Actually, let's take this desk lamp. I'm just going to take it. Carbuncle crown, water bottle, wall torch. It's good to pick up one of everything so you can get patterns and stuff. Hey, Kentaro. I'm looking for a gift for a friend of mine who loves cooking. Any thoughts? They want to be a chef? Give them a knife. Until you chop it up, you can't cook it. And there's a picture of a knife and a steak. That's important. It's good storytelling and mechanic building at the same time. Just broke that chair. I don't care if we break any of the furniture. It's not important. I'm also going to switch out some stuff here. I want a metal pipe, which is technically classified as a blunt weapon, it says. But it's actually not because it has no damage. We can craft it into a blunt weapon. We actually don't have any weapons at the moment, so let's build some more nets, I think. Yeah. Because there's definitely a couple enemies in here. But actually, we do want to butcher them, so let's grab a knife. Swap this out. Let's do a killing. Dodge. And then we just do that to get some raw pest rump. We're also going to run over here. Grab this. Oh. Didn't give us food. Lame. Alright, we're going to put this back down on the stove, and we're going to cook up this thing. I wonder if we got a thing for there, an entity thing for this one. Yeah, the pest. It's IS-0173A. It's to be separated from researchers by barriers at a minimum of 8 feet in height at all times, unless the subject is sedated or dead. Acoustic baffling is suggested for all containment environments, and loud noises or use of power equipment is strongly discouraged. Subjects to be fed remotely. They jump, obviously. We saw them jumping around a lot, so. We can make a plastic shield. I'm going to put this down here. We're going to be using these frying pans, but we don't need them right now. You also got to keep an eye on your food, because otherwise it will burn. We have a cooked pork chop, currently. It's got goo on it from the enemy. That's kind of gross. Hurry up, let's go. It should be done shortly. We just don't want to burn it. We have very little food at the moment. There we go, it's done. Cooked pest rump. We're going to break all these offices down. It's not going to be super important at the moment. But these desk legs are actually a decent weapon. And we'll throw one on. Right, and actually we have one on. Never mind. So, let's grab a leg. There's water in there. We don't actually need that water. We can drink any water.
Hello? Over
Hi.
here.
Yes, I'm not going to talk to you just yet. Just chill. Oh, I was kind of hoping to break that one down. It is kind of unfortunate when some things don't break and you want them to, because you kind of need their stuff. But anyways. Let's throw some stuff in here for now. We don't need to carry around everything, obviously.
Here at the Gate Cascade Research Facility, safety and security demand we take our primary power network offline at night. All major power outlets are shut down, as well as most pathway lighting. However, if your research or study requires a source of energy during nocturnal hours, protocols permit the use of approved battery and electrical storage systems to power your projects when the lights go out. If you do plan on working late, please request a night pass from your supervisor. The facility is dark at night, and your safety depends on it. Now rest up. Every day is a new opportunity for science.
There are a bunch of these TVs around the world, and we're going to collect them all. If we can find them all. They just give little tutorial tidbits, like that one, for example. We'll keep this stuff on us. We need that, and something else. What else do we need? That, I think duct tape. And we can make a crafting bench. So you have to learn how to craft things. You do so just by, like, jamming things into there, and if they're wrong, then it'll tell you if they're wrong. Carbuncle crown, for example. Chef's counter. I think that's for making fish, if I'm not mistaken. Energy brick. We need to make this to open the door. We should have all the stuff we need for that, but we'll do that in a minute. Actually, I think this is tape that we're supposed to use. I think it's the plastic thing. Yeah. We can make a shield. Storage crate is this and something. That one. Test tubes are important. Oh, I need glass, not wood. Wood and glass. There we go. And then finally the vacuum. I don't think I've actually ever used a vacuum. I don't know what they're for. Can suck up small critters. Interesting. Now we're just going to break this. We're going to have a lot of wooden legs, at least initially. Doesn't hurt to, like, have them. We can always disassemble them into wood later on. We do need some plastic. Stop actually doing things properly. I need the plastic from these things.
You're going to leave me standing here?
We have a horrible looking rug. Let's go put that somewhere. Okay, we need to make a crafting station. Let's build one of those right away. This is a very important one.
Someone
In fact, we'll probably build several of these throughout the game.
this out.
We'll be able to teleport to them later on and things like that. So, I'm gonna put that there. And we need a screwdriver, which I put there for some stupid reason. You'll notice that we are getting construction experience from constructing things on the top left there. And I'll show you why that's important. There is a skill tree. There is sprinting, strength, throwing, sneaking, blunt, sharp. Those are both melee skills. Accuracy, reloading. Fortitude, which is by getting hit,
On the Tekken project.
unfortunately. So, crafting, construction, first aid, cooking, agriculture, and fishing. You have to get hit to get fortitude up, which is a little bit disheartening, but we'll get to that eventually. I need that plastic
I can't
scrap
work under these conditions.
more than anything else. So let's just drop this for now. We'll come back for that paper scrap in a sec. I'm going to build... Do we have 2 plastic scrap? Can I build a container? We only have 1 plastic scrap. This thing is not paying attention to us at all.
Over here.
I need your sweet meats. Oh, we're out of room. Okay, new plan. Stuff doesn't despawn very fast, so just keep that in mind. We do have 2 we don't have... Do we have 2 plastic scrap? No, we don't. No, we don't. That sucks. Okay. Well, we will work on getting another plastic scrap so we can build our first container, which would be very important, I think. Grab that paper scrap that we left behind, and then also that meat. We're going to go cook the meat. Let that cook up. Destroy this. Anything exciting in there, like plastic? Nope. Don't need the trash bin. Anything else to disassemble in here? Doesn't look like it. This is also going to be the location of our first initial base. It'll probably be our primary base for most of the game, honestly. I know some people like to build bases out in the middle of nowhere. And it's not bad to have a forward base, just somewhere to come back to when you need to like rest and be secure. But at the same time, this is a hub. Everything comes back to this area over time, so just something to keep in mind. You can easily get back here. I should probably go into my inventory before this thing finishes cooking, because I'm not going to have any room for it. Oh, I didn't open that door. Oh no, it's done cooking. Okay, so we're going to just drop these trays here. I know it's not going to immediately burn, but I've burnt enough food to not want to do that. Okay, that opens that, and we're going to just... Do we have anything to put in here? Yeah, there's some paper scraps. We don't have a fridge or anything yet. We should probably go get one. Alright, well, let's put away this for now. We do have some nets we don't really need at this point. We can just beat things to death with our wooden planks. Why are things reappearing? Interesting. I don't think we set the thing on to let them do that. Maybe the game just assumed that I suck and I used all the things wrongly. And it's just remaking them for us until we open the door. That is a possibility, because I don't think it wants you to get stuck here, and there's very finite amount of things here. So you might... It's like, the game's like, maybe you screwed up and you haven't done this yet. Okay, well, that's interesting. I guess we could open the door. It's not the worst choice in the world. We need an energy brick, so we need computer, circuit, case fan, tech
You're
scrap.
going to leave me standing here.
I kind of want to leave you standing there. You're a little bit annoying, my guy. Let's get tech scrap. Oh, we already have tech scraps. Let's get more tech scraps, I guess. And we need one of these. And one of these. Is that everything? No, I missed a circuit board. Okay, back we go. Circuit board. Wrong shelf. Circuit board. Okay, and then we're gonna go grab a fridge, because I think that's kind of
Someone
important.
Needs to sort this out.
Did I not plug in our bench? Yeah, it would definitely help if I plugged in the bench.
Hurry!
You are extremely annoying, dude. Anyways, we're gonna plug in this thing, and then we're gonna immediately get ready for a fight. Ow, you got me. Come on, jump. Oh, we got a cut. That's actually really bad for us. Okay, I'm gonna leave him there. We're gonna run to the first aid kit. We do have some... We don't have cloth on us, do we? Okay. So you need some band-aids. You notice the cut on the bottom left of the screen there? That just means I'm bleeding to death very slowly. I'm going to leave the rest of this first aid here for now. We'll move it later, but just for this very instance, it's going to stay there. And I'm going to grab this. Some more meat, including the best meat, the giant drumstick. I don't think it's the best, it's just a really good one to have in the beginning of the game. It also takes forever to cook, so we have some time to kill before anything bad happens regarding that. Alright, so I just gotta put everything away. We don't have any more room. Oh, there's another garbage bin. Do you have plastic anywhere in here? You do have a plastic scrap. I'm gonna take that plastic scrap. I'm gonna find that other plastic scrap. And I'm gonna put some stuff away because I'm out of room again. I'm gonna put all this computer junk away. I'm gonna keep the duct tape though for now. Okay, we can make our very first box. Which I didn't bring wood because I'm dumb. Important to bring along the things you need. Oh, I could have grabbed one from there too. Anyways, wood. Our very first storage crate. Let's start our Tetrising of storage crates. Where do I want to start building this? I guess just right here for now. We're going to call this... Eventually we're going to have like a lot of storage stuff around. Probably void chests or something like that. But anyways, we're going to call this thing currently scrap. It's going to hold all of our scrap related stuff. It's not a big chest, so we're going to really need to revamp that later. But for now, I think that's a good plan. Tech scrap. Oh, there's paper scrap there. I just saw it. Paper scrap. Not that. No other scrap here. Okay, good. And wood scrap is already currently in our inventory, so we'll just throw that in there too. Wood planks are scrap enough. They're like scrap light. And let's put all the computer junk in one of these for just a moment. Okay. Oh, not the tech scrap though. That can go in the other thing. We'll figure that situation out later. Oh no, my drumstick! Please don't be on fire. Oh. Sometimes you forget that things need to be taken off the stove. They will burn if you don't take them off the stove. Okay. As soon as that thing's done cooking, we will head out to go get a fridge. It's the first thing we're going to do. By the way, this isn't any sort of speed run or anything like that. We're just doing this for fun. This is going to be a fun, low-key exploration adventure. It's going to be good times. And we now have a new gate thingy for the peccary. If I knew where... Well, there it is. IS-0178A. Any containment space for IS-0178A specimens must measure no more than 3 by 3 meters square, ensuring the subject is unable to attain a velocity greater than 5 meters per second. All walls and flooring should be reinforced to GISP standards for blast shielding and be electrically grounded to 2 megavolts. Subjects must be contained separately and fed remotely, because they're kind of dangerous, as you may have noticed. Once we get a fridge, we'll have a... Oh, there we go. That's done. And we're cooking level 1. You'll notice that we're going to get some levels pretty fast.
Enhanced security protocols.
We're going to deal with you, insect security guy. I'm going to need a fridge first. We need to get our base set up a little bit. Then we'll go talk to some people. There's also another person over here to talk to. Actually, I think she's back there. But anyways, we are going to go in this way. So this is the first big office area that you're introduced to in the game. And it doesn't look like anyone's around, so that's kind of nice. We accidentally sat down at the table. Not normal. And you generally want to package everything you can, even if it doesn't turn into just normal scraps, which we can use right away. It will give us some construction skill level. And here's the fridge that we want. So we're going to take the canned peas. Everything here is useful, so I don't really want to throw anything out at the moment. And the tomato's kind of good too. I'm going to leave the peccary skull on the ground for the moment. And we're going to take the fridge. There's a chef top. We are massively over encumbered, so we're going to make our way back to base right now. We are technically sprinting at the moment, which is just sort of an indictment on how much we are overburdened. We are getting some sprinting experience from this, though. And we are getting tired, so we are going to have to make a bed soon, which is another thing we need to make. Carrying stuff, encumbering yourself, makes you tired faster. More tired faster. That guy scared me when he talked. You'll notice that there's these electrical grids when you try and place things down. That just shows you how close you are to power and if you're going to be in range of the plugins. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. So there's a plugin on the wall there. And if we put our fridge, say like right here, which is not the best spot for it, but is going to be okay for now. Yeah, that's fine. We're eventually going to have to make power bars and batteries and stuff so things will last overnight. But for now, this is fine. So we'll put that in there. Put all of our food in there for now. That's going to keep it from deteriorating as fast, except at night, because that's going to turn off at night. We have no batteries and stuff yet, so we can't do anything about that right now. Okay, we need to make a bed. What do I need to make a makeshift bed? Well, we need to make a backpack too. Actually, that'd be really useful. We're going to do that first. Metal pipes. Yeah, looks like we exited the room so we don't get any more of those cool computers or anything that are respawning. So, okay. Fair enough. Let's make a backpack. It's not very good, but it is better than nothing. Gives us some extra carrying capacity and also weight reduction 10%, which is good, I guess. That's a plug strip. We don't need that yet. We need the makeshift bed, so we need a couch. I want to say probably desk legs and maybe cloth. I was wrong. It's something else. Maybe wood planks. That's the one. Okay. We need the couch and 4 wood planks. Couch was there. Did we break the couch? We must have broken the couch. Okay, we need to find another... Oh, did we put a couch away? We can go find a couch. It's fine. We'll go find a couch. Okay, next step. We need to sleep, so we need a couch. We need to find one soon-ish. There's probably one upstairs, if I had to hazard a guess. Unless I left it somewhere and forgot about it, but that's fine. We can find couches. We're going to ignore all of this stuff for now, even though I know there's a ton of things. Oh, there's a couch right there. We are going to chop this guy up, though. We need the food, and there's another couch. There we go. We got a couch now. Let's leave. That robot will come alive at night. They are very hard in the beginning of the game to kill. As we get better weapons and stuff, they become trivial, of course. And there'll be many, many different enemy types in the game to deal with. Yeah, this is my favorite part. And it always grosses out my one friend when I do it, but I'm going to wash myself because I'm covered in goo. And then I'm going to, once I'm done bathing my goo off of me, I'm just going to drink that sweet, sweet goo water. Mmm. Oh, yeah. We'll read that email in a second. I'm going to make a bed first. And then we'll talk to the security guy, because I think he's important to talk to as well. We need wood planks. Which I think we're not in here anymore, right? We moved them. I'm just being stupid. Why can't I open this? There we go. We need more boxes. That's what we need so we can organize. Keeping organized in this game is going to be crucial to not have the most horrible inventory management in the world. And anyone who's sort of familiar with my channel will know that inventory management is not my jam. So we're going to try really hard to be good at it in this game. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now that we've almost built our bed, we're going to lie down. And there's a bunch of little mini games related to your biological functions in this game. Oh, did I leave that thing on the stove? I think I might have. Is it burnt char by now? Oh, I didn't leave anything. Sweet. Well, let's cook this roast then. Might as well. Alrighty. So we're not super hungry yet. We're a little bit hungry. We can go eat. Let's go. You want to eat the thing that is the most deteriorated, so probably this cooked pork chop for now. There we go. That's going to cook up nicely. This is plastic scrap, technically. No, it's just cafeteria trays. If we could break this down, which I don't... Can we? No, it can be scrapped at a repair bench, which we cannot make yet. The repair bench, we can make a makeshift battery already. Do we have anything we need for it? Probably not. So we don't have any coils yet, I don't think. And we do have metal scrap. We can make more energy bricks, I think. But we don't have that yet. Also, we can make one of these eventually. That said, we do not have coils, or more importantly, we don't have the anvil that we're going to need for that. Hurry up, cook faster so I can go pick up some more things, so we can go exploring upstairs a little bit more. There we go. Put this away in there, and we are good to go. Gonna put some more things away, I think. The peas, well, they don't ever expire. We're just gonna go in the fridge because this is all of our food stuff at the moment, and we'll start collecting bio scrap there. It is useful later on. And yeah, let's get out of here. We're gonna head upstairs. Oh, the other thing I'm gonna say, while people find this cheaty, I am gonna be using the cart returner because it's just a convenience thing. The power sockets are on a timer. I was working on mass dampeners, and the place just shut down. You know, those have to warm up for hours. Now I have to start all over again. Just keep eye on your wristwatch. Don't start a task you can't finish before the facility power goes out. Why the hell were you working at midnight anyways? Get some rest. We can't afford to make mistakes. This damn facility. Guard.
Look, I don't know what's going on. They don't tell me squat on a good day, and this isn't a good day. But if the big voice says get out, I'd do what she says. Elevators are dead, so head for the main tunnel in manufacturing on level 2. There's maps over there. But me, I'm staying right here.
Look at how many canned peas that man has. And sodas. Anywho, there are maps. You can pick them up and you can look at them. They give you not a lot of information, to be completely honest, but we'll also read all the things we can as we pick them up. It's going to be very interesting. There's a lot of lore in this game, and yeah, it's going to be a good time, I think. Did I leave that thing cooking? Nope. Don't think so. If I did, whatever. We can burn one thing. Alright, let's start breaking things. It is important to break everything. Channel your inner office space, because we're going to need all this tech stuff. Bust down these things. Break computers, because we need power bricks and stuff. We're going to need all sorts of stuff. We're also going to be trying to focus a little bit more on stealth. Were you in the desk? Heard sounds. Sometimes you'll hear things and you're like, am I gonna die? And sometimes the answer to that is, yes. Yes, you are. And sometimes things just float in the air. Let's package these all up. Including the chairs. Is that more plastic? Yes, give me your plastic scrap. Do we have enough to make another chest? Yes, we have enough to make 2 chests. Okay, let's go do that. Eventually we're going to have to duct tape together our kitchen knife, but don't bother duct taping these clubs. They're worthless to do that with. They don't do enough damage, and there's a lot of them you can get, so don't waste your precious resources doing that. We'll build some boxes. Okay. We can build 2. And our inventory is full, so they just plop right on the ground. Well, actually they shouldn't have, but let's build another one right here, right beside this first one. Try and get nice and right in there. Yeah, no, yeah, there we go. Good enough. We can stack them too, which is nice. So this is going to be tech. We're going to call this one tech. And it's going to have things like case fans, computer bits. We'll put the tech scrap in there too. Computer parts. We have a couple coils now, which is good. We're already storing up a bunch of flashlights, which are you don't need a million of. You might need 2 in the whole game. Maybe 3. And we're going to put another one right here. That isn't too far over to stop one from being put in there. I think we'll be okay. You put the glass scrap in there too. This one's going to be called office junk. Gonna be things like phones, pens, not cafeteria trays. That can go in scrap for now, I guess. Same with metal pipes and gauges. We'll have a different tech thing later, like a metal tech or something like that. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll have like a mechanical one. I'm gonna grab all this stuff from here and move it to a more useful location. Tech. We'll put that there. And metal goes there. And cloth can go there too. Anything else of note? That's empty now. Oh, we have a raw carbuncle in here. We should probably not let that expire. And that's fine. We can just leave those there. Let's go put this in the fridge. Actually, you know what? Can we make the portable stove, walkie-talkie? We don't need that. There's no one else in the game right now. Or there won't be anyone in the game later, so. We can make ourselves a new club. Now this peccary club is kind of good. Sort of. I'm going to put this in the fridge so I don't keep getting radiation from it. The peccary clubs are okay. I also make myself a cloth rope, which is kind of useful as well. We'll deal with that later, though. Portable stoves are good. We're going to need one eventually. And we'll grab the plug strip. Also useful. This is a healing syringe. We're going to need to make this later on, but I think you need biomatter and glass for it. Something like that. Test tube, antivirus suite, which we don't have yet, and we shouldn't know about yet, to be honest, but whatever. Alright, moving on. Let's go see what we can find back upstairs. We should build a better weapon soon, probably. Gonna leave all this junk on the ground here. Just do that. Alright. So, when I first started playing this game, I used to think that these filing cabinets were like the best thing to store things in. I think that's a pretty normal thing to think, but they are actually really bad storage efficiency-wise, so. Oops, not what I meant to do. Let's just do this, and then do this. And break the computer down. Don't pick up the L-shaped desk, because I don't need it. I do want all this junk, though. Oh, there's another one of these dudes here. Don't break the walls, man. You're gonna... Oh my god. How did you get through there so fast? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, we're bleeding. It's fine. Cloth scraps. Craft a bandage. Don't bleed to death. We'll heal normally over time. It's fine. Chop them up for some sweet meats. Actually, we didn't get anything good. How did he get through there? Yeah. I guess he could have gone around. Weird. Anyways. Keep breaking things. Get a new desk leg. Drop this one. Put that one there so that we actually can kill things. Grab all this. Grab the wood. We can now make a pipe club, but that's actually a pretty good weapon. We were going to make that. And a peccary helmet, which is interesting too. And a makeshift screwdriver, which we don't need because we have a real screwdriver. So far, things are going pretty well, I think. I may not show, like, all of the disassembly of every office as we go through it. We might just do jump cuts as we play through the game because, well, it can be interesting finding things randomly around and showcasing some of that stuff. Largely, it's going to be things like disassembling these large filing cabinets, and nobody particularly cares about that. One thing to note is you do want to pick up this... drop the flashlight. Pick up the standing lamp. We can make ourselves a spear, which is actually really useful. I'm probably going to head back to base. Oh, it's only one. There's only 320. We can head back to base. We're 40 minutes in or so, so maybe we'll call it soon here. But I'm going to make a spear first, because it's a super, super useful weapon, especially in the early game. Actually, even later on, it's still a good weapon. You can upgrade it to be better. But if we make a makeshift spear, we got that, I think, and that. And then duct tape, and it's not this, that, and maybe that. We can make a makeshift spear, which we can make now. You can also use it as a knife. So you're like, well, now your knife is gone. How are you going to cut things up? It counts as a knife too. So very, very useful in that regard. Let's put all this junk away. Put the bio scrap in the fridge. Are we hungry yet? Kinda. We should probably eat. I'm gonna put the bio scrap away. Oh, we have a chef apron on. Oh, we can throw that on. Doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't have armor, I don't think. It has a little bit of durability, but no armor. Giga glue we'll throw in the office supplies, although we'll have a chest maybe later for like adhesives and oil, because that's going to be a thing. But for now, it's fine there. And now we have a spear. The spear is basically going to be our weapon. Actually, we should make a pipe thing too. We want blunt and bladed weapons. They're both useful in different places. So pipe club. I actually don't know what this needs, so I'm just going to mash it all together until we make one. We need glue, pipe, pressure gauge. So let's grab pipes and pressure gauges. And then we go to that office thing and we grab that 1 giga glue we have. We're going to make this into a pipe club, which is going to be an 8 plus 6 damage weapon, which is slightly better than our desk leg, which is 7 plus 6. But it's nothing compared to our spear, which is 10 plus 3. Actually, to be fair, the makeshift spear does less damage than the pipe club. We don't need to carry this anymore either, so we can get rid of that entirely. Yeah, let's go continue a little bit, just a little bit longer. Go see what we can find upstairs a little bit. There's a locker room we should probably go look and see if we can find anything cool in. We just don't want to be out at night. The robots will come alive and kill us. And we're not particularly good for that yet. That was a peccary skull, right? I was like, what is that? No, we broke that one. We didn't break that one. Okay, so we get paper. The locker room is actually a really good place to find just random junk, like a karate helmet, for example. Now we look very stupid. But it has a little bit of armor. It has 2 armor and a cold resist. Cold resist, not super important right now. Will be more important later. I'm hoping we find a backpack in here, honestly. Sometimes they happen. Yes, basic back. Get up. Basic backpack is right there. It's better than our makeshift one. We can get rid of the makeshift one. Gives us a couple extra slots. Extremely useful. Carrying capacity in this game is a vital amenity. We are going to make a cart at some point in time. It'll help us when we start to just disassemble the whole world for crafting materials. These water coolers are really, really super important if you don't have the iron gut thing. Because you need fresh water to drink, and until you can build a purifier much later on, it's not ideal to not have one, not have fresh water around. So yeah, we are now encumbered. We're actually 2 encumbered. I'm going to drop maybe, how much weight do we need to drop? 2. So we'll drop this helmet. Am I encumbered again? Damn it. I want to make some makeshift wraps, some basic armor. We can just drop this, I guess. It's kind of worthless. The sweet spot for gaining strength, by the way, if you notice our strength is now increasing rather rapidly, is between that sort of 3/4, well, it's like 80% weight and 100% weight or so. In between those two pips, you can start building your strength skill up. That's important for wearing heavy armor and things like that if you want to do that later in the game. We should also be sneaking more, but we're not. And I should probably do that because I do want to build up my sneaking skill. It's kind of an important thing to have as well. So let's put stuff away. We'll call it a video there for now. Office stuff can be glue and oil for the moment. We only have 3 magazines, which is not enough magazines, I think, to make our armor. We can build the Chopinator, which is our first trap. It is okay, I would say, at killing robots. You can make it work. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination. It's a lever. We can build that later. Heaters are important. One, you can build a heater shield, which is kind of an interesting shield. But perhaps more importantly, if you get too cold, you can build one and it'll help you. I actually don't know what I'm doing here. Cloth, duct tape, I think. Yeah, that's right. And then magazine, duct tape. And then medium sign. Unimportant. We'll just pick random things. Normal. Before I realized we could name all of the boxes just by renaming them, and then it shows on the actual front of them. We used to build signs for every box, and that was kind of a waste of resources, obviously. And this is the platform cart. This is what we're going to be using to transport our goods. It's pretty important so that we don't have to do this carting around back and forth all the time. It makes disassembling office spaces and stuff way faster. So, just something to keep in mind. We'll probably build a couple of them. Can we build a couple of them? We have metal scrap. We have some oil. We have some plastic. Do we have plastic scrap, actually, now that I think about it? We have enough for one. That's not enough. But one's better than none, so... What was it? Metal scrap and oil? Something else. Pipes. And I'll show you why people consider this thing a cheaty thing. I think it's important to just showcase why people think certain things and why I'm not going to be agreeing with those people. So, put that there for now. We don't really need it, but it's nice to have fresh water. You can't just drink your body sludge water all the time, I guess. I don't know why we have that. Anyways, so, say you had this and it was full of stuff. You put all your stuff in there. You come to this button over here, you can just hit the button. It brings the cart back here, but it also drops whatever's on it on the ground here. So, say we're 20 hours into the game in some dungeon off through a tram over there. Dungeon wing, I guess, maybe is more accurate, but hit that button and it just teleports all the stuff back to base for us. We don't have to carry the cart back, we don't have to push it around, we don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. So people consider that cheaty because it negates some of the inventory management mechanic, sort of negating weight stuff. But this game is about crafting and fun, and it's not fun to move things. It's not fun to walk back and forth 8,000 times carrying different things, honestly. It's just not. So that's why I'm not considering that to be a cheaty thing. Some people do, and that's fine for them. I am not one of those people. I don't know why I'm breaking this. I can just disassemble them both. So, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Because you're like, what do you mean I just teleport stuff back? So we break all this junk. I hear something. That's fine. We'll kill it in a sec. So we have all this junk, right? And we want to bring it back to base. So we just throw it in this platform cart. It's the last thing we'll do in this video, and then what I'll do is in between videos, I'll just clear out this specific office area. This area here. Nothing further. There's not a whole lot else to see in here, except for one email terminal, which we will go over. Actually, we can just do that right now. You're a carbuncle somewhere. Anyways, we'll just read the email terminal here. Then we can... Actually, that's an executive chair. We broke it. The dog thing. So we finally caught one of those dog things. KP called it a peccary until she realized how large it was. I've noticed their behavior is different here than in Antiverse 2. She has a theory that the lower entropy on this side makes their biochemistry more potent. They're stronger. It certainly seems more angry. Interesting. Certainly the energy differential is strongly in our favor, but I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We don't know enough. You're behind the times. Apparently the team on level 3 has figured out a way to use the differential in their new power cell design. Catch Mayfield at lunch sometime. She'll talk your ear off about it. The dog thing is the thing we've been fighting. This needs to stop. I'm concerned some of your people have been working extra hours and not returning to the residence sector each evening. I've been hearing some of them have built beds down there. Look, Richard, if they sometimes work a little extra, it's because they want to and the project needs it. A lot of this stuff you can't just walk away from at 6 p.m. You need to stop, Sarah. The security bots don't have an employee setting. Vacuuming. We're tired. We need to go to bed soon. You know, I admire Dr. Regal's work, but sometimes I don't feel like sometimes I feel like he doesn't understand the potential of his own research. He was showing me some designs for a vacuum vortex system, and they were impressive, yes. You could draw objects of considerable mass towards you. But when I pointed out that you could also use it to launch things at high descent velocity, the math's simple. You didn't even seem to have a thought of it. But what are the actual applications other than picking up garbage? Just firing at things? Until we try it, how do we know what it's good for? You think WWF wrestling is real or are they just acting? I don't get it. Why would everyone cheer if it was fake? It depends on what? How gullible you are. Randy Savage. And we've read it all. Okay, so the power is going to come off in the building soon. But this stuff is here. I'm going to grab this. So why not? Grab the metal that's on the ground. All this other junk can stay. We're going to head back to base in just a second here. Need all the computer junk we can get. It's important for future things. And that's it. Okay, so we put all the junk in there. Power is turned off. It's a bit spooky at night here, and there's a robot. And we're going to leave before the robot notices us. We can't win against a robot yet. I mean, maybe we could, but it would be a hard fight, and we'd probably end up dying. There's also another robot over there wandering around. You can see its glowing light. It'll turn red when it notices you, and it'll come try and punch you in the face. This is our little home. It is very dark at the moment and sad. But we need to go to bed anyways. We have a little lamp. That'll give us a tiny bit of light. Look at that. Look at how depressing and horrible it is in here. We will definitely make this less spooky at some point in time. We'll make it more homey. But for now, let's go to bed. We are asleep, obviously. And we just need to jump over these little things a couple times.
All vacant perforations will
So perforations are the alternate universes we can visit. And when they reset, all their junk inside of them resets. It allows you to
complete.
get items from them over and over again that you may need for crafting. So just a heads up, that is a thing that will happen in the game as well. I'm going to go cook this thing up. Oh, I can't, because no, actually I think I can. This thing still works at night. This doesn't, though, so we're going to start losing some stuff here. I also kind of want to eat, I think. How's my food? Yeah, I'm pretty hungry, so let's grab this. And maybe one of these as well. And then I'm going to summon the cart, and we're going to call it a video. Once this thing is done. Also, I should stop carrying on the peccary skull. It's just irradiating my own body. It's so dark in here. You can't ever close this door, and there will be things that come through. There'll be incursions, they're called. But some of them just appear in your base anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference too much. We should grab more lamps, though, and put more lamps around, because it's actually kind of hard to see in here. Yes, we do have a flashlight. It's right here somewhere. And we can walk around. Easy to charge, too. In fact, after we finish cooking this thing, we'll quickly go hit the cart thing. Just eat that. Don't aggro the robot. It's not super hard to avoid, but there, see? The cart appeared here, but so did a loot bag with all of the junk we just picked up. And that makes it nice and easy to bring it all back home. Purists will say that's cheating, and that's fine. Again, we are not purists. So for now, I think that's where we're going to call it. In the next video, I'll have cleared out that upper area, and then we can get started on more exploration. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.